In this video, we're gonna jump into this whiteboard and we're gonna take a look at these 9 different battlegrounds because we are gonna compare your 2 different ways to book sales calls for your coaching business, having a human setter, an employee, which everybody does in the industry now, versus having an AI setter, an AI DM agent, which is talking to your leads and booking you sales calls completely on its own. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the different battlegrounds, and I put some of your favorite video games here. We're gonna look at speed, stamina, strength, and many other different things. So by the end of this video, you will have an idea of what the 2025 appointment setting meta looks like, which is basically your most effective way of booking sales calls. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. So the first one is speed. And what I mean by that is speed to lead. When a lead responds to you, how fast can you message them back? And a human being, a human setter, can do this in maybe like 5 minutes, but it can take 30 minutes and it can take probably longer. So what if the lead responds at night? What if the lead responds over the weekend? What if the human setter has 200 DMs coming in at the same time? Then their speed to lead is gonna suffer from that. With an AI setter, however, it's a flat 20 seconds all the time. And this is something that is working 24/7, responding to messages. So the speed to lead is insane. When you run an ad and somebody reaches out to you, the AI setter is on that lead immediately. When somebody finds your content and they comment on one of your posts, the AI setter is on that lead immediately. So in this first battleground, the AI setter is definitely gonna take the W, and the speed to lead is just very impressive. Now let's move on to the next battleground, stamina. And by stamina, I mean uptime. So as I said, a human person, a human employee has some kind of limitations, right? They work only 40 hours per week, but the week has 168 hours. So what do they do? What happens in the rest of the 128 hours? Your leads are just waiting. The leads are waiting for a response. Now you can hire multiple setters and pay more money, but who wants to do that? And with an AI bot, I mean, you have guessed it, it's literally working 24/7 all the time. On Christmas Eve, on New Year's Eve, over the weekend, at night, it always works. It's gonna be your most productive employee. So the AI setter has to take this W as well. So the score is gonna be 2-0. Now let's move on to strength. And this is the conversion rate. So when you look at 100 leads that come in, how many of them can you convert to a booked call or a sale? And I'm telling you, the AI is pretty good. But a human being has something that an AI doesn't have, which is critical thinking. And they are a little bit better at objection handling. So if, let's say, you run an AI setter on your IG account, this is really good at making people go through a predetermined process and asking the same questions over and over again for every person. But a human being is better at critically handling the conversation. So if there's a pain point, a human being is better at going into the depth of it. If someone says, oh, can you reach out to me 2 weeks from now? I'm on vacation right now. A human being is smarter in that regard. So I'm gonna give the battleground of conversion rate to the human setter because probably it's gonna convert better. But as I said, the AI is pretty good. And actually, if you have an Easter egg here, which is if you want to try out my AI setter and want to see for yourself, is it actually good? Then you can literally do that. You can just go on my Instagram at martonfour, message me, and if you DM me this start demo keyword, then you can chat with my AI setter. And you're gonna get first a few instructions on how to try this demo. And after that, the AI setter will literally try to book you in for a call. So just act like a potential client, answer its questions, and see how it's trying to book you in for a call. Maybe you can give it some objections. So I'm telling you, it's already pretty good. It's already better than you think. So go ahead and try it out, because I'm telling you, it is actually pretty good. Okay, so the score is 2-1. All right, the next battleground is gonna be the special ability, which is outreach. So sending the first message to someone who just followed us or completely cold outreach. And right off the bat, guys, the AI setter cannot do that. So when I build these AI agents to my clients, I do it while following all the rules of Instagram. We don't break any of the rules of Instagram when we build this agent out, because I don't want to get my client's account in trouble. And one of these rules from Instagram is that you cannot send automated outreach messages to new followers or completely cold outreach. They don't let you do that. So an AI setter can only respond to inbound DMs. And the way we do it, actually, the way we actually do outreach is, first a human does the outreach, then the lead responds, and then the AI setter takes over the combo. AI takes over, because this response we can treat as an inbound DM, this lead response, and that's how the conversation then can go on. Now, obviously, a human setter can do as much outreach as they want. I mean, it's a manual task, but they can do it. So definitely the AI is gonna, it's a little bit weak in this area, so human setter has to take that point as well. All right, we are moving on to our next one, which is volume. So when you were playing Guitar Hero as a child, when you had a lot of notes coming in and you had to play all of them at the same time, it often happened that you missed a note, or you actually missed a lot of notes. Now, what if it comes to messages? You have hundreds of messages coming in all the time, all at the same time. A human being can have a hard time keeping up with them, because a human setter can only type one message at the time and can only talk to one person at the time. So when you have huge scale, you might want to hire multiple setters, but then it adds a lot of complexity to your business, so it's not the best. Now with an AI setter, it's basically infinite scale. It doesn't matter if you get 10 messages per day or 1,000 messages per hour, the AI setter can bring that flat 20-second response time, guaranteed, all the time, no matter how many messages you are getting. So that's huge when it comes to getting a lot of messages. If you have a lot of followers, you run a lot of ads, then definitely an AI can handle that. So this is 3-2 for the AI setter. All right, moving on to the next one is tutorial. So basically, you had your favorite video games, and whenever it came to the tutorial, you were skipping it, because who needs that? Maybe your human setters, maybe your employees do the same, because let alone hiring them and interviewing them, which is a lot of time, you also need to train them and onboard them. Training, onboarding. You have to show them your process. You have to onboarding. You have to show them your process. You have to coach them. You have to quality control them. You have to manage them. You have to hold them accountable. You have to read their end of the day report. So it's a lot of training that you need to do for you to have a good, high quality setter. Quality. Okay, I'm making a lot of typos there. And the most important thing is that they churn out. Appointment setting is one of the worst jobs in the world, so they just leave after every 3 to 6 months. Lot of hassle with human setters. If you have multiple of them, even more hassle. Now with an AI bot, it's basically just you write the prompts once, you set up the automations once, and then you're done. And the AI will run forever, every day, never leave you, never churn out. And FYI, I don't know if you have figured it out already, I am building AI appointment setters for my clients, and it's fully done for you. So if you want me to build an AI setter for you, you don't even have to do any of the prompting and any of the automations. I do it for you. And we just set it up and it works. So when it comes to spending your time training employees, managing employees, the AI setter is going to be your best and most loyal employee which you need to train the least. Now we have our 3 last battlegrounds. Let's look at the revive. And what I mean by revive is reviving dead conversations with follow-up messages. So when you're having conversations, trying to book calls with leads, a lot of them ghost you in the middle of the conversation and you have to follow up. And the AI setter does automated follow-ups, which is fantastic. But we have a limitation here. Limitation. We can only send automated messages for 24 hours after the last inbound DM we received from the lead. So the lead messaged us, we have 24 hours to send automated messages. We cannot follow up 2 days later, 3 days later, or a week later. Now, if they respond us again, we have another 24 hours. So this timer always resets every time they message us, but we have maximum 24 hours. However, a human setter doesn't have any limitations when it comes to follow-ups. They can send as many follow-ups as they want. It is a robotic, boring task, but they can send as many as they want. So as much as the AI setter automated follow-ups are nice to have, a human being has better capabilities in this area. So I have to give this point to the human setter, even though the AI setter is really, really good at automated follow-ups as well, but only for 24 hours. Now, we have 2 more battlegrounds. The next one is NPCs. So just like in GTA San Andreas, the NPCs are not really important when it comes to the real story. When you try to book appointments, you have a lot of NPCs in your inbox. People who are trying to sell you something, people who don't have the money, people who are bot accounts, people who are spamming you or trolling you, and you want to disqualify those people. Now, when it comes to the AI setter, it can obviously do that because it's a very smart robot. And the way we do that is in the conversation, the AI would ask, how old are you? Where are you located? And what do you do for work? And when the person responds, the AI setter automatically qualifies or disqualifies them. So if they say, I'm 19, India, and I don't have a job, then they probably don't have the money for a multiple 4-figure coaching program and they get disqualified. But one thing that the AI setter cannot do is look at the profile. Look at the profile. Because that's not something that, again, Instagram allows you to do, and a human being can do that. And that gives you a lot of extra accuracy when it comes to qualifying people. So the AI setter, again, is really, really solid at automatically qualifying and disqualifying people, but a human being is more accurate at that. So I actually have to give this point to the human being. And again, we are at a tie. So it comes down to our last battleground, which is cost. I don't know why I put CSGO, because a lot of you played it. So when it comes to the cost, the industry standard for hiring human setters is basically, just for simplicity, I will write $1,000 base pay, and you have to give, after every deal closed, let's say 3 to 10%, whatever you prefer, of commissions. And the more setters you have, this is obviously gonna scale up. With an AI setter, believe it or not, it's essentially free. Now, there's a very, very tiny, hidden, let me just make it actually tiny text. So there's a tiny, thing in the bottom. Obviously, it's not completely free. Obviously not free. If you wanna hire me to build out an AI appointment setter, there's a high ticket setup fee, and there's a low ticket monthly fee, basically. And one more thing that you need to expect is every AI generated message costs money, and it's roughly $1 to $3 per every 100 AI generated message. So that's kind of it's not a lot of money for the AI. It's called an API cost. The API cost doesn't add up to a lot of money, but that's pretty much what you need to expect. So I would say I will definitely hire an AI setter rather than pay 3 to 10% and a bunch of base pay to a human being. So ultimately, I will give it's a very tied, very close competition, but I will give the AI setter the win. But listen, we all want to know what's the most valuable and effective way to book calls. Is it an AI setter or a human setter? But it's not about versus this versus that. It's about having both on your team, working together as an AI operator. That's your most effective way to book calls. Because the AI setter has the crazy fast speed to lead and it works 24/7, but the human setter has the critical thinking, making decisions on its own. The AI setter can handle unlimited conversations all at the same time, but the human setter can do outreach. The AI setter is really good at automated follow-ups, but for 24 hours only. A human setter can do manual follow-ups after 24 hours. The AI setter can do automated lead qualification, but a human is more accurate at the qualification. Okay, it's getting really hard to use both colors. An AI setter is cheap and lean, but a human being has that human connection, plus it has much more solid objection handling. So what you want as a business owner is an AI operator, a human setter operating an AI setter. So it would look something like this. A human does a fraction of the appointment setting process, a fraction of the conversation, a fraction of the messages, and the AI setter automates most of that low leverage stuff. And what this will do is the AI setter will make the job of your human setter easier because the low leverage part is automated. So the human being can focus on the high leverage work, actually booking calls, actually handling objections, actually talking to good leads. And what this will result in is that your human employees will enjoy their work better, they will enjoy their work more, and they won't leave, they won't churn out, they will like their job, which is great for you as a business owner. So essentially, if you want to try out my AI setter and see how it works, just go on my IG at @martonfur, message me the word start demo, and you will get these first couple of instruction messages. And after that, you can try out the AI setter, talk to it, chat with it in the DMs, see how it responds, see how it's trying to book a call with you, see how it's handling your objections. You can try it over and over again, and it's pretty good. So go ahead, pick up your phone, DM me start demo now. And as always, if you didn't like this video, you found no value in it, even though I gave you your favorite video games, then don't subscribe. See you guys.